Awesome. Here we go. Hey everyone, this is Meet, and welcome to Splunk 101 series. We have gone through fields, lookup, SPL basics, introduction to Splunk and architecture, and all of the sessions. Today we'll go one step further with statistical commands and transforming searches with Ishan Shoni. Ishan is working right now as a solution architect along with Wipro, helping a couple of customers looking over the Splunk and transforming, the dashboards and helping with search and alerts and everything. Over to you, Ishan.
Yeah, thanks, Smith, for this good introduction. Yeah, hello guys. So myself, Ishan. I have experienced almost 7 years plus in the Splunk domain. So initially, I was working with the Splunk itself as a partner and cloud services and enterprise services with a few retail customer, and now with the one of the banking customer. And I have a huge experience in it as a solution architect to provide different solutions from Splunk end. And today we are gonna like showcase you around some of the stats commands and everything, which are very necessary commands while if you are regularly using dashboards and everything to filter out your data and creating the business insights. Okay, so let me share my screen so we can start quickly. Okay, give me a minute. There's some issue.
Sure.
I think give me a minute. Okay, let me know if it is visible to everyone.
Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay, okay, guys, let's start then. So today we will cover the statistical commands and transforming searches, how to do the business insights using this command and everything in this session. So let's go ahead. So okay, so we will cover today almost five agendas. Fifth, we can take it as a lab. We can showcase the live commands on the screen. First is transforming versus non-transforming commands, then stats command. Third is time chart, chart top and there command, and then we will go eval, where, and transaction. So basically, these are very essentials command. If you see as a part of, if you are trying to do some searching in the Splunk end, if you don't know these regular commands, then I think there will be a no. You will find difficulties to create any searches, dashboards, alerts, or develop a business logic on this. And I hope that I'm not sure if previous session has someone attended. There is some basic SPL agenda has been shared. So I hope that everyone knows around some basic SPL, how to write them. So we will go ahead. Okay, so first is transforming commands. We will go. So first of all, I want to understand what are the transforming commands and non-transforming commands. Okay, so non-transforming command basically which works on only on raw events. Okay, like search, eval, fields, rename, or any recs you want to write. So whenever you try to write this kind of searches, it will only apply on the raw events. It will not create any view or visualization or statistical tables or anything. And transforming commands, you can say aggregated events, okay, that will stay as a statistical results, which will show you as an, if you are start using stats, time chart, chart, top. So this kind of commands will you for the transporting searches. And after the transporting command, you will see the result as a table, not in as a events, okay. And it will no show as an event, and you can also convert that into a visualization into the any chart or something, or any kind of map you want to show your data in numeric ways, so you can do that. After that, statistical and visualization tabs only appear after transforming command. Yeah, that's the main point. So once you apply that transforming commands, after that only you will able to do the statistical view and visualization. And you can also change transforming commands like stats, sort, head. So basically, if you apply kind of any count using stats into the searches, you can sort them into ascending, descending. Then if you want to have the top 10 count or the latest 10 counts under the events, you can do the chain transforming as well, which will really gives a proper result as per your business requirement. Okay, and search pipeline is very like orders very matter, which is a rule thumb of the Splunk, that you have to filter first and the transform last. So transforming command should come after filtering only. So and the filtering should be very good. So let's say if we are trying to like write an index and is equal to index name, then source type or anything, then everything the whatever the field you are trying to searching for should become first, and for the better filtering, and then you can write a then you can write a statistical commands. Okay, so well, I have my environment up with me, so I can show some of the count. Okay, so okay, so let's see. So here I have one of the index where some of the OS logs are being deployed by default before the session. So you can see there are a lot of fields are coming with the different entries with the type, user login, everything. Okay, so if I just simply do a stats, okay, stats count and by. So by is basically group by. So basically, if anyone knows about SQL as well, so we are kind of writing some SQL queries with the group by. So by basically categorize the field name, whatever we are trying to provide here, it will show the result as per the that field. Okay. So if we trying to sets count by host, it will show you the results as per the host. So whatever hosts are available right now in the current data, it will show that in last 30 minutes. So there are two hosts actually. So one of the hosts are having a 120 count and another is 9 count. So that is pretty simple, where you can use a state count by host. Okay. So that will be a show you like basically how it will visualize data, and you can see our statistics are on here once you apply the stats command here. And you can also check the events, which is you have to run in the verbose mode, because smart mode and fast mode will run faster, because they will take very less time or less CPU to run that. But if you want to investigate some of the events while doing this, you can switch it to verbose mode anyhow. Okay, so you can see here that we have two hosts and six source type, and sorry, six sources and six source types. Okay, so this kind of selected and intrinsic field you will get in your UI. So you can check that. Okay, so now let's talk about stats only. So basically, stats is a very important command in a Splunk. So I can see that in most of the searches that we are using to aggregate our data or transforming any of that searches or creating any visualization or the dashboards, we are using stats almost in every each and every query, because stats are providing with like data aggregate data with almost many functions like count, sum. You can do the average, you can do the minimum, maximum, you can find the distinct count of the particular field, you can list down the values of the particular field, and you can also kind of do a latest, which is a first event which comes for the specific field on the latest one, range and percentile 90. So percentile 90 will be like if you write down any value into that, so it will found a percentile 90 value for that field specifically, and it should be mostly numeric one. When you uh, search for any response time or something, you can do plus 90. Okay, so here there is some of the example. That first one we have already done. Okay, so if you want to look for the other, okay, so these are the count where we are actually doing some of the, one second, yeah, the host. Okay, so we can see the result, and another we can do, okay, with the average and some of the kind of thing. So let's find out which other field we can use. Let's say this time is coming uh, as a first time step, start POS. Okay, so as you can use just to rename the particular field if you want to, like let's say this will gives you a return of the average. Okay, for the time you start POS. Okay, then you can use or rename that field easily with the as, okay, into the stats command itself, which is a very good functionality to use that. So it will gives you the view about the average count, okay, which is the first count. So you can see it will find out the average of the time start POS with the total. Okay, so 23.39 is the average for that, and you can similarly use for the max as well here, and then we can also use a DC for the distinct count. Okay, so let's say we have the multiple users here. Let's see what query will do. Okay, so in last 30 minutes, if you see, so this thing count will be like it will not gonna tell you the all and each and every user which is coming a duplicate. It will only tell you the unique values, unique users which is available in the app. So once you apply the distinct count, it will tell you the unique counts of the users. So if you see this app as already has a 28 unique users and Nix has only one unique user. So that's how the DC command works, and there are a few other filters as well that you can use, some and LDS times and everything. So if we check that we have also coming like having at PIDs in these particular data. So if you want to see that in last 30 minutes, the what is the first PID which was received and what was the last PID that we have received in the logs. Okay, so we can also check that using latest and earliest. Okay, you can see that here that it will take that which is the first PID, earliest one, which was catch during the last 30 minutes session for the SSHD is a 147 whatever count you are saying that, and the last one will be the last PID, which is the latest PID, which is the latest count or latest event we can see here. So those will be catch from here in the earliest and the latest one. So uh, while using the stats, so there are sometimes we are trying to build a business logic based on our use case, right? So these multiple functions that we have used right now here is very essential or very useful while creating the query. So some of them that we have tested and tried here is almost, I think, we can apply it in our logic and create our meaningful data or insights over alerts and dashboards, which will really helpful. Okay, so I think this needs to be very crucial that we are discussing here. And this, please take care of or take a note on this one as well for these functions that we are discussing here. Okay, so almost we have discussed around the stats that we are using, like how we can like find the count, then how we can do the average, we can find out the maximum value or unique values, or we can do a sum. Okay, so everything we can use here with the stats command. Okay, anyone has any doubt, or we can go ahead.
Yeah, feel free to unmute yourself and discuss any questions, or if there is any topic or command that you want Ishan to go into deeper over there. All right, I think we're good.
Yeah. Okay. One of the interesting part here is time chart and chart. So basically, to time chart is we can say if you want to showcase or check the trends within the time. If your particular field or some particular data you want to check, okay, so time chart and chart, so kind of it is earlier a time chart which comes with the time. Okay, so whenever we apply a time chart command, so if you know the I think like y-axis and x-axis, right, into the like mathematical way we are trying to create some of the visualization during the trends, right? So the underscore time, which is particularly Splunk itself consider the timestamp from the logs and store into the underscore time. So underscore time will be used into the time chart. Okay, so it will store into the x-axis of the visualization where you can see the multiple timings over. If you searching for last 30 minutes, then you can check that trend during the last 30 minutes of the time chart. A chart is like you can categorize with the fields, not the time specifically. So basically, both are providing the visualization based upon your requirement, but yeah, both are very necessary commands. So there are a few examples as well here. So if you have an index, if you want to check the status, okay, using the time chart. So span here, if you see the span, okay, so span is nothing but it will bucket your timings with the 1 hour. Let's say if you are searching for last 5 hours, and if you create a span is equal to 1 hour, then it will bucket your chart into the one hour of section. So it will you can show basically last 4 hours, at first hour, second hour, third hour, and 4 hours, so that you can adjust upon your requirement. Based upon your requirement, it will be a minutes as well, or you can do anything with this count. That is not an issue. So time chart will be a very good command to explain into the timely series manner into the data you want to visualize, and you can do that. So you can check how it will work. We can take any of the field. Okay, so if you see, we have checked for the last 4 hours with our ADDR. So ADDR basically IPs from where we are getting those data. So if you see here, if you apply time chart, I have applied for the last 1 hour. Sorry, a span is for the 1 hour, which will create a bucket of the timing for 1 hour for our events. And if you search for the last 4 hours, you can see the time is here in the x-axis underscore time, where you can see 11, 12, 1, and 2 p.m. So where you can check the trend, that how events are flowing, where it was down, where it was high, each and every ADR, when the data was dropped. So in many use cases, you can use this kind of functionality over the time chart, and you can use those based upon your requirements, and create your own searches. So this is how time chart command works. Please, anyone have any question on the time chart command? Please let me know. In between, you can. This will be interactive session, so you can ask me any questions here as well. You can freely do the question answer. So when you do a chart command, it will be categorized based upon your selection of the field. Okay. So earlier the x-axis, if you see, there was underscore time. So now, if you're trying to search the data based upon the chart command, which necessarily, like if you try to do a chart and sets command, it will be a most likely you found some similar functionalities over there. But some of the specification having the chart command is provide some better views on the base upon if you create a chart, and x and y axis will be stored as your count and base plus upon app. So if you remove the count, or if you are trying to add any function, as we discussed, average, sum, or mini, you can do that freely from here. And you can see the x-axis having the NICS, SSH, system D, everything here, which will categorize by the app. And we are trying to see the trend upon this application specifically of the count. So this is how chart and time chart is being differentiated. And I think mostly if you are trying to do any research based upon, let's say, any log drop happened or any unnecessary thing was there that you want to check between the logs or something, or any transactions or something particular based on use case, you can use time chart with underscore time, where you can see the drops as well, and you can find out where it was stuck or it was not good. And any specific categories you want to check with any of the requirement using the application or any other field. We have used your app here. You can use any of the field which comes under your logs. Okay, that could be a use here, and it will like show you the trends and everything with the chart command as well. So it will like very good one while using that. And we have two more commands called top and red. So basically, top, what top will do is, so whenever you're trying to search any index, and if you write down top and limit or something, source IP or anything, the field name, whatever you want to see, the top values of that. So you can write down easily over there. So it will tell you the top 10 values of the events which was comes around with the events. Okay, and rare, so it will very rarest value or the least values you can say. If you want to see into the logs, it will check on the base upon that. Okay, so if you see, so one second.
Yeah, and alternatively, you can just create on the top and the rare where you can view the fields as well. So Ishan, if you click on any of the field, sorry, I think you clicked. If you comment out this one for a minute, and if you click on any of the field, yeah. So you see, you'd be able to see top values by time, rare values, etc. Along with there. So one of the shortcut is to just click over there, and search will automatically get updated to show the top or the rare value
Yeah,
fields.
that is a cheat code you can use directly from the
Yeah,
field as well.
right.
And if
Yeah.
you want to build something over a logic itself, you can use these commands. And I'll explain some of the limitations you can use here with the top. Let's say if you want to limit your searches of the fields, let's say top five only. So basically, that search that fields comes with the latest 10 values. If you don't require any something or 10 values something, you can limit your searches to so that percentage as well. So here, if you applied this percentage will be by default here. So if you want to write show pers is equal to false here, it will be removed automatically from here. So if you don't want to see the percentage based upon your top search like top values, you can use show pers is equal to false, and like by default it will be true, but if we can false here as well. So that is a top, and you can also similarly use rare command. Okay, it will give the list values which is coming into the events. Okay, which has a count 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, right? The same similarly you can use if you want to don't showcase your percentage here, it will be marked as a false. Okay, so only the event, the field name and the count, whatever is coming here, it will show into your results. So that is how the top and their commands working in the Splunk, and I hope everyone gets it. Anyone have any questions around these commands? Okay. I take it as a no because of silence. Okay, so let's move on it. So, okay, now it's a eval, where, and transaction. So, make it more interactive. So, I just wanted to know from anyone, from the user, if anyone has and comes around or use any of this command into their Splunk while doing the Splunking or creating the SPL.
Anyone have used eval strats where I'm pretty sure if you're using Splunk for day to day, or even if you've looked over the console and fire up some search queries, it you must have come across this. Anyone? Okay, we'll take it as a no. Let's go ahead, Ishan.
Yeah, let's go ahead. So, we will discuss about first of all eval. So, in starting of the session, I'll mention that there will be some of the non-transforming commands, right? So eval is one of them. So it will eval is basically used for creating new fields or modifying the current fields or existing fields. Okay. So or you can also apply some of the condition over here with the support of the eval command. Okay. So if you see the example here, that eval then creating one of the field called speed. So there is a new field. Okay, there is a no field called speed into the Splunk event. And if you're trying to do some of the operations around the eval command, you can do like if response time is less than 200, then it is slow rather than the fast. Okay, so those kind of some of the cases where you can use if, case, length, sub scr, mesh, and toString. Okay, so those every function has their own functionality. Well, they can do some of the operations around your data, and you can create your searches and results based upon that. Okay. Then where and transaction. I think where I can say is a command where it is only applied on the aggregated fields only. Okay. So whenever you're trying to search any data, okay. So once you search the data, if you try to apply where and the particular field, okay, that might be an outlook for you, because once you apply statistical commands or aggregated data over that search, and then after you put a where command based upon your field, then it will work. So where is something where you can identify or you can put a condition over multiple values. If you want to show some counts or nothing, then you can do. And transaction, I think transaction is a very useful command, but it is very also heavy usage on the resources as well. It is very resourceful command where it will group by the events automatically. If you want to see some of the event which is grouped by, let's say here, if then in the example as well, if you want to check the which are the events or which are the fields coming between the login and the logout in between the sessions and the users. Okay, so transaction command will automatically get those event with the login to logout flow, and it will show you. So yeah, let's check some eval. So I can show you some eval test here. So let's discuss the use case. So let's say I have one address. Okay, those address are coming with the whole IP here, with like almost 11 or 12. You can see the words are, sorry, numeric values are here. So there is one function called sub str. Okay, that we have seen in the ppt. So what it will do, the sub str will count, will show you that if you provide some of the values to be displayed as per your range. Okay, so let's say from 1 to 6, so it will only take 1 to 6 numeric values or the words from there. Okay, from the IP. So if we start checking that eval, let's say short tr sub str 127. So there is a hack that once you create this short addr something, okay, which is create in a new field and it stores this data into this field, okay. So it is kind of, you can say, search time field creation, and once it is created, you will found that it should be listed here. Let's check. Here you can see, okay. So if you see, we have provided 1 to 7. So 1 to 7, the spaces, or you can say the words, numbers has been taken from here, and it has worked. So whatever you have stored in the eval or creating any field, it will create a field and stores into the interesting fields. Okay, this is for the only searching. This is not a part of any data or ingestion. It will store in the search time or the search running time only. Okay, so this is temporary, not an something which is come with the data, and you can check like that. Okay, so you can see the count as well, and so basically is a data manipulation functions. These are all of them. So if you want to manipulate your data based upon your requirement, then you can use these kind of functions within the eval, create new fields, store them into the field, and use that field into the search and put in condition, or create your own sub searches with the other aggregated search commands. Okay, so those of like multifunctional queries you can create with the kind of this use cases. Okay, there is one more called match. Okay, so match basically matches your event or field, and you can also write the regex upon that to find out. Let's say I have particular set of IPs where 192 from 268 will be, beyond that will be the external IPs, and the lower one will be that internal IP. So we can like write that like that. Let's see how it will work. So well, IP check, you can say. Okay, so you can see here. So we have used a combined function over here. So we want to match the addresses, okay, with this 192 and 168, whatever regex we have applied. After that, whatever the IP will come, it will match those into that and store it into the IP checks. Now, if I want to see that the checked current like matching values that we have printed over here, it is internal or external, then we have used to use a if condition over here. The if function that we have used, you can use that as a outer part of the match, and you can create your particular this kind of sub search you can create based upon your requirement. So once you like check this, you will find. Okay, So all of them are coming as external as of now. So if you want to check that, you can check from here as well. Okay. So in last 4 hours, we are only getting data from the external IPs. The addresses we are coming in the events. So this is how it matches with the IP that we have written as a part of regex into that matching field, and it will convert that into the if condition in the internal or external, and you can create or view your data based upon your requirement on the stats or something chart or anything you want to do, so you can do that. Okay, anyone has any question with the eval command, any doubts, anything, something? You can also use case length and the to string. So basically to string will convert your data, particular field data into the string values. If it is not coming as a string, then you can convert it into string. Then you can use case as well. So case basically matching your values basically. So let's say if your data has like coming with the status, multiple statuses, then you can create status equal to something and that value failed. So you can match those cases with the case here, and everything will work here with the different searches. Okay. Okay, so if anyone has no questions on eval, then we can move and check the where command. Okay. Okay. So see here. So in this clause, okay, if you check, I haven't applied any by clause or something, okay, because I don't want to categorize the count with the something or any field, okay. So whenever you type like you want to find the simplicity or count or something, you can do a stats count as well. Only stats count you can do, okay. Then it will show you the particular count of the data, that how much event was coming, and you can use a stat count as a sub part of the stats. Okay, so let's say if you want to check the how many events are coming from different fields, so first stat you can write as a stats count by something the multiple fields. Okay, add or and then you can use any host and something. Okay, so what it will do, the first set that we have counted, okay, so it will check that how much count was there, particularly for the addresses and the host. Okay, so these are the addresses which are coming with this host, chinky.duneweddle.com. So these are the hosts, and if you see there are 64 counts. So now some of the cases what happened whenever we're trying to write any logic, there are some of the requirement where you are trying to get some of the count where it should be less than or more than something, right? So if first that has been writed, and if you want to now check the count only and put a where condition over that, then you can do something like this as well, and you can write or rename as a total count. Okay, so now the 64 count will be count shifted into or stored into the total count, where you can see that it should become a 64. Now on this aggregated fields, you can write your where command. Okay, where to count. Let's say you are trying to search less than 60. Okay, then it won't any like come any fields. Yeah, so it will not gonna throw you any results over there. but any specific requirement, if you, 1 second, there is typo, 60, yeah. So now it will come once you try to put any condition using the where. Okay, and I hope that you will get that what the point here to use a where. And one of the main thing is where could be used anywhere and any field. I have shown you in there's a total count, but if you have any date field or something, you can use that. But there is one some limitation as well with the total count, or sorry, where command, where if you trying to put something date and like to like search with a star or something, it will won't work. It won't work because this will only work with the aggregated data, and star will be not be taken in the where. If you want to do searching based upon your some like particular field or any count you are looking for, you can use a search command, but it should be a before aggregation. Okay, so search you can use specific, let's say star. So every edit year will become, but if you want to see something like 192.168 something 192 or star, then this is how it will search. Okay, there is no issue on this one, but yeah, remember where will not work if you are put any like star or something to search any of the data. It will only work on the condition, or you want to search any particular field name into the values. Okay, so I hope it's clear, everyone. So anyone has any doubt on this one, on where command?
No.
Okay, then let's move ahead. Now, I think transaction command. Okay, then I think as we discussed, right? So transaction command will work to find out the flow between your conditions. So let's say, as example shown here, if you want to check the session IDs, which was like create or started by the user and the part like in the time of the login and the logout. So what it will do, that login and logout part, it will search the data over there and take all the events in the flow and shown you into the results as part of login to the logout for the particular session ID. But one thing I can say while using this Splunk, if you are working on very big environment, there is a lot of data in your environment, I must recommend that use stats command to like use the function and aggregate your data, because transaction will take a lot of resources to run those data sets because it's a heavy command. Okay, because it will try to gather all your events based upon your requirements or the use case based upon let's say you are trying to search anything regardless of login or logout, but any of the chain reaction or the flow, transition flow, it will take a lot of resources while using this. But yeah, we can use with the limited requirement. Let's say you have few requirements where you have to use it only, then you can use. But yeah, if it is like your logic will be completed within your shortest I think commands with the stats or simple logic, then use the stats. Otherwise transition will be a good command if you have specific requirement. Okay, so I have one more data set I have set before the session. So I have inputted some of the web logs to show you. Okay, so there will be some of the session IDs, the user and the actions. Okay, so log out and log in, timeout and view everything. Okay, so we can use time chart, sorry, transaction command here. So there is some of the field value you can use. This is starts with. Okay, so from where you want to start. So let's say you want to start with login. So what is the first attempt of the login based upon the session ID? Okay, and one more is ends with. Okay, you can also use ends with, where you want to check. Let's say if you not log out as well, it's a timeout. Okay, then timeout will also work over here. based upon your requirement. So if you log out, if you search for the logout, okay. So now this command, what it will return, let's say in the raw events first. So see, if you see here, it has the session IDs with the login and the logout timings. Okay. So if you see here, the first user that has logged into with the mark with the session ID this has on 32, and it has he has worked upon this until the 36. So 36 around, and I think 4 to 5 minutes it has log out from the system. Okay. So transition command will bind your all of the events which coming or you have searched upon with a particular use case on starts with the ends with. Okay. And you can also list down the total with a table as well. So let's say session ID, user, duration, and event count. Okay. So this is how it will look like. So session IDs, multiple session IDs over there. Users are a lot of them. Mark, Lisa, Carl, Julia. Okay. How many duration they have like should upon the system, it will become as a, in seconds. Okay. It will come as a seconds here. And the event count. So how much event was there for their particular use case, that what particular command that we have applied based upon session ID. So those will be shown here, the events as well. If you run it through WordPress mode, yeah, see, like this, you can see all the raw events comes with the flow of the commands or the events where you are trying to search some pattern over here with the events. Okay, so this is how it works.
Just a
So yeah.
quick question on this. If
Uh-huh.
we'll be using transaction command, then can go to the events tab once. It might multiple based on our starts with and but what will Splunk uses in the underscore time out of these events? Like on the left hand side, we have time value, right? Where our underscore time value comes. So if we'll apply transaction command, what will Splunk add here? Will it be the first event? Will it be the last event? Uh,
So the and the underscore time itself, whenever the data or the ingestion that particular field comes into the Splunk, on that time particularly, the timestamp whatever we have, it will take that as a first event count. Okay. So login will be taken. Let's say first login was there. Okay, and it is
mm,
come here
mm,
come with the timestamp, particular timestamp. It will take that event. Okay. Then after
okay.
whatever event will come into the like different like in the line, okay, we can say uh, chronological order. Okay,
Yeah.
so it will take those timestamp as a underscore time. The Splunk it will automatically detect those underscore time from the event itself, so he has capability to read that. And
Mm,
if your data comes with a particular time zone, okay, then you
yeah.
have to set those time zone into the particular props as well in the backend.
Yeah.
So
In
then
the
and
source
then
type
Splunk
itself.
will, yeah, correct, correct. So yeah, that will be only taken by the from the event itself.
Okay. And when you
Yeah.
said this will be expensive, I know I might have
Hmm.
used this, and it was very time consuming. The whole search. Uh, how it affects on the compute usage? If we'll talk about from SVC point of view for Splunk Cloud.
So I think Splunk Cloud having the SVC, if you have the SVC license, right? So I think there will be on based upon your how the infra, how many infra you have used up. So it will be auto scale up when your usage will be the up. Okay. But my the recommendation from the SPL perspective, if you have some of the limitations while creating your logic, okay. So let's say here we are looking for the login logout where you are using the transactions command. Okay, so SVC license I think will be not get so much impacted in the cloud because they have the auto scaling on that one. Okay, but the if the data set is very bigger, let's say we have very small or very few data sets here, if you see. Okay, so it will gonna take I think less resources and run from the fine user. But if you have the bigger data set, it will create some loading issues, or I think max CPU load will be there on the system. And if you can achieve those using your different other command as well, then it will be good. But yeah, in the SVC there will be must be load as well. But if you are using cloud, I think there won't be any issues because this comes around some of the better limitations over there. But if you are using the enterprise, you are having some limited infra, right, where you are running your indexers and searches, right, within your cluster. So if you have the use case and the data set is look like smaller, or you can test it out first and you can use that, but there is no issue from that. But recommendation
Yeah.
is that if it is a big data or very big environment, then
Hmm.
must be use stats or some other commands to like create a one more SPL or integrated with the other commands. But yeah, that will
Yep.
be
And it,
recommended, but you can use Sundex.
yeah, and it also depends on how far I'm looking at. Like, for example, your query is running on at all times. So maybe my use case can be like look into
Yeah,
last
yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah, that will
That
be
is the
also a point. My all-time is I have taken because I have
yeah, yeah,
just
you have
included
sample
data
data.
set.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I have created all-time. But I use the live events into the data, and let's say you are searching for very minimal time. Okay, then it will be a fine. But some of the user, what happens is, if the some of the user have don't have the knowledge how it will take the resources, they are running for the last 24 hours something, for the lookup for the data. Okay, uh, as from the system, but it will break your searches actually, nothing else. And might be your user quota will be filled if the job is very big. Okay, so yeah, that will be issue. But yeah, if you're looking for very smaller time and if you are confident that data set will be take that up on that, you can test it out and use in your dashboard or something if you want to look.
Yeah, right. And be it on-prem or be it Splunk Cloud, transaction command is typically very expensive. Some of the hacks are like you filter out the exact set of events you use, join, you filter out the events based on fields, and then you apply transaction. But be it that case as well, the transaction will be typically expensive. So you might want to, if it's a search or a report that is going to run every few minutes, meaning if the search is going to be the recurring one, better you compare the filter, the time taken for the search and everything, between normal transaction command versus stream strats or event strats along with sort and few of the other commands. You better both the sides and then decide which one you wanna go for. If it is going to be the scheduled one, if it is some ad hoc searches that you want to run for once in a while, that's fine. You still use transaction, but for the recurring one, yeah, we better compare and then schedule that search.
Yeah,
Yep.
correct.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Anyone has any other questions? If it is,
Awesome.
yeah, if it is no, then yeah, I want to like to conclude this session over here. Then the key takeaways that we have done today is the transforming commands. We learn about how what are the transforming, non-transforming commands, how the stats commands are using, group by clause, and the time chart over the time. Then the span buckets that we have done, eval, how to create the field or modify the fields, and the where filter, and the lastly the transition command. Okay, so I think these are the initial like essentials command and the important commands that we have learned today. It will help you to create a visualization based upon report dashboard visualization. Okay, so the next session will be coming up on the next Friday, I think, in the dashboard, and you will see there are a lot of this command will be used while creating the dashboards or creating the queries. Okay, And I hope you like my session. If anything else I can discuss here, if it's good, and otherwise we can conclude here.
Thank you so much, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. See you on the next Friday at 3 o'clock for the session on the reports, dashboards, and visualization. If you have any questions, comment, feel free to check out us on LinkedIn. Just send a message. There would be a feedback form if there is any specific session that you would like us to conduct on specific topic or so. Let us know as well. And yeah, happy
Yeah, you
weekend.
can reach out to any LinkedIn, anything else you want to learn about Splunk or any confusions over there. We will help you here. Anything will be around this. Okay. So feel free to reach out. Yep.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Thank
Amit.
you. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
everyone.
everyone.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one. Bye.